So a band from Manchester, Mike and Lee, known from their hip-hop and indie. If you listened to my show last Wednesday, I played their singles that are about to be released. And they have played with Professor Green, The Enemy and GB Cooper. And I have the singer and I've got Lee on the show as well, Mike and Lee on the show. Hi, Mike and Lee. How are you coping with this pandemic?
Hello. Hi, Louise. How's it going? How are you doing? Yeah, all good. Going a bit stir crazy, but
yes, it is madness, isn't it?
It is. It's a bit crazy. Never experienced anything like this, so
I know.
We push on.
So, what have you been getting up to during the pandemic to keep yourselves occupied?
Whatever I can, basically. Making a bit of music.
At home. So.
Yeah. Been trying to get in the garden a bit, and yeah, that's just anything that'll pass the time, really.
Yes, same with me. Walks and...
Yeah, exactly.
So how long have you been in the group and how did you meet?
Well, it's been about 8 years now, I'd say.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. We met through my cousin Dave, who was producing music when I was a solo rapper, and I said to Dave that I wanted to try something with a bit more of a live feel. And he introduced me to Lee, and then we kind of just never looked back, just started making music every week, and then before we know it, we were in a band.
So how long has that been?
Since...
About 8 years, innit, Mike? About 8 years. Probably put something on YouTube about 6 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then got a record deal, and then...
Yeah, our first like proper release was, I think it was 3.5 years ago. Yeah. So we've not actually been releasing music properly for as long as that, but our first release come out about 3.5, almost 4 years ago now. That was the first EP.
Yeah. And what age did you become a singer? And Lee, are you a singer as well, or are you just...
No, yeah, I sing as well, yeah. Mike also plays guitar and piano a bit. Yeah, I used to sing in a band myself, and then Mike got better than me, so Mike became the lead singer as well.
That's not true.
It took me a bit longer to catch up, but I'm snapping at his heels now. We actually do a bit of everything. Like, but on stage, it looks like I do most of the music, and Mike does most of the singing. But Mike actually plays the keyboard and the guitar well, and can write songs. And
yeah, we all dabble in our a little bit of each, everything.
So is it used to write your own songs then for the...
Yeah, everything is written by us, yeah, definitely.
And who is your influences growing up?
We've had different ones, haven't we, Lee? So
my early ones, that I remember, wasn't just like pop music or my parents' music. My early ones was Oasis and Tupac, and I felt
Yeah. And that's kind of the same for me as well. Tupac was a big one, but I've got different influences for different genres because, like, I always say, like, I had 3 older brothers and they were all listening to different things. So, you know, I've got my hip hop influences like, you know, Tupac, Eminem, DMX, and then my like kind of band influences like Oasis, Chili Peppers. You know, all these kind of guys. So, and then they cross over, and then me and Lee have got ones that cross over as well. So that's why, you know, the music kind of works as well as it.
We're into similar hip hop and indie bands.
Yeah.
Not like I'm into Led Zeppelin and Biggie, and he's into Oasis and Tupac. I mean, we're into
yeah.
Like, our favourites in them genres are the same.
I
feel that's a bit of a mashup of the music. A bit Chili Peppers with a bit of American hip hop and a bit of Oasis grit, really.
Yeah, DMX is my favourite.
DMX. Yeah, you can't go wrong with DMX.
No.
You can't. It's always been one of my favourites, DMX. So you have to excuse my squeaky chair.
Everyone has been doing a challenge in this pandemic to pass the time uploading their favourite top 10 albums. What was the very first album that you've ever bought?
I'll let you take this on, Lee, because I know the answer.
No, that was my first single when I was...
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That was you're right. It was.
Yeah, my first single bought was actually E17 when I was about 7. I don't know the Oasis were out then. My first album I had was a tape of Definitely Maybe that my dad had found on a coach and brought it home. I remember it. That's the first one I owned, but I never bought it. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I think the first album I bought was like 2-pack greatest hits when I was about 10. You start with the greatest hits when you're young, don't you?
Yeah.
Proper music.
Yeah, I think my first album I got was Wu-Tang, the Wu-Tang CD. I think it was, what one was it? I don't know. I think it might have been the very first one. I don't know if it entered the 12 Chambers or whatever, but that was the first one I got. My mate brought into primary school for me. But the first one I ever bought, I think I was a bit older, was...
Spice Girls.
Yeah, damn it. That's not the one I was going to say. Joe is the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem.
And have you ever done any tours and gigs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've done loads. We've done loads of tours and gigs. We've we gigged all around the UK. We've done a few gigs abroad. Not many, but hopefully we'll get some more when this lockdown's.
We've played Scotland a few times, haven't we? We've done King Tut's like 3 times. We supported the Enemy at the O2, Glasgow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that
was that. What one was the most memorable and biggest one you've done then?
What would you say?
I mean, we only did one song, but Part Life main stage was the craziest. 40,000 people.
That was sick. That was sick.
40,000. Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Our biggest one, I think, we've got our last gig in Manchester or the Reading and Leeds Festival. That was the Reading and Leeds one was like a highlight, weren't it, Mike?
Yeah. I think that as a weekend as well, that was just like a great. But yeah, definitely the actual gig.
Tent with like games of people in there and not knowing that anyone knows you, and then by song 3, it's full of like
thousands. It was amazing. It was crazy. I'd say Reading and Leeds has got to be my highlight. Yeah, definitely.
And what has been the band's biggest achievement so far?
That's a tough one, man. I'd say for me, it'd be, signing the deal. I just feel like that was a big moment, and signing a deal, and then but also releasing the first album. I think getting that first album out and having a physical copy and being able to go to HMV and buy a copy of our own album, that was just like a crazy experience, man.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Been on sale on HMV.
Yeah, it was in HMV, yeah.
And so I think you're signed to a record label then.
We're not. No, we walked away from the deal, and this EP that we're about to release, we're going to do it independently. Right. And then eventually, when the time's right, we might go, approach labels again and try and get another deal or whatever. If it's right, and if we feel like it. But at the minute, we just wanted to kind of take it back a few steps and release some stuff independently. Yes.
What are you working on right now? And was there any gigs coming up before all this madness pandemic?
Yeah. Go on, sorry, Lee.
Go on, Mike. Go on.
I was going to say, at the minute we're working on another album. We're just about to release the EP. So that's kind of building towards the album. As for gigs, I can't even think at the minute. We've just done a headline show in Manchester.
Talked about, but obviously
we had one in Scotland that had been talked about. I think there was another one, but I can't remember for some reason.
Where about in Scotland? Do you know?
It might have been King Tut's actually. I know we did. I know we did a live stream for King. Oh no, we were supposed to do a live stream for King Tut's, and we weren't able to do it. But
Scotland, can we?
Yeah, no, Scotland's always been like one of the best cities to play in, man.
Are you ever coming back
energy.
to Scotland then?
Pardon?
Any plans coming back to Scotland then?
Oh, 100%. As soon as we're allowed to play out again, and we've got some new music out. Well, we've got the EP out, so we want to push that. So yeah, we'll definitely be coming.
We are penciling in a tour for November, but we just see what happens with this coronavirus.
Yeah, it's just all up in the air at the minute, isn't it?
Well, hopefully I can come and see you guys as well.
Oh, definitely, that'd be great. Name on the guest list whenever you want to come, Louise.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's okay. It's the least we can do.
Thank you. So where can the listeners purchase your music? Your new singles that I played last week on my show, which I'm going to play again this week.
Wicked.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
Can get the tunes from the Apple Store, Apple Music, can't you? iTunes, and they're on Spotify.
Yeah. All major platforms, basically, I'll have them. You can stream them on Spotify and things like that. But yeah, if you want to buy the music and help support us, iTunes, Apple Music, and all that stuff.
And have you got a website?
We have, yeah. It's Prose Music at prosemusic.co.uk. So you can check that out as well. Probably needs an update, actually. I might do that today.
That's great. Well, that's all the questions I've got for you guys. Thanks very much for coming on to my show.
Oh, no problem, Louise. Thanks very much for having us.
And what is your new single called?
It's called Empty Hands.
Right.
And that's the title track of the EP as well.
Thank you very much.
No problem, Louise. Thanks very much for having us.
Safe. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too. You too. Stay safe.
Stay at home.
Stay safe. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Take care, Louise. Bye-bye. Bye.
So a band from Manchester, Mike and Lee, known from their